compact one, but I think it's quite nice. Need a bit of renovation, but I think the bones are good.
The infamous steep stairs in Japanese houses. This is nice. Nothing is really blocking your view.
If the two properties work out, then maybe build both of it.
Hey, what's going on, Akiya Hunters? If you want to build a rental portfolio in Japan as a resident foreigner, this video is for you because I'm going to interview Fajar, originally from Indonesia. He's doing just that. So he recently bought 2 properties in Greater Tokyo, one in Yokohama and one in Kawagoe, Saitama, which is where I am today. So I am in Kawagoe City, just one stop from Kawagoe Station. Really popular tourist destination. I'm here to see Fajar and his family at the property that he recently purchased. It's a really nice day and it's super windy. So it's not a good day for my hair, but whatever. Maybe I'll just chop it off. I'm kind of tired of this long hair. We'll see. What do you think? Anyway, whatever. I think this is the house. Yeah, so this is the house that Fajar purchased. Good looking house, single family house. Looks like there's some space here to park like bicycles, probably not big enough for a car. Propane gas, got some space here between houses, which is nice. Anyway, yeah, let's go meet Fajar. Hey Fajar, how are you doing?
Welcome. Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Congratulations on the closing of your
Thank you. Thanks
house.
for your help
Yeah, absolutely.
in closing this.
Yeah, and your family's here too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My wife and my in-laws actually, and my daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, can I
Come in. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
come in.
All right. So when did you get into Japan?
I came here like 10 days ago, so landed in Narita,
Okay.
spent a night there.
Yeah.
But then after that, we flew to Hokkaido,
Okay.
do some skiing,
Yeah.
and we were just back yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How was Hokkaido?
It was good. Cold.
Nice. Cold?
But the snow was great.
I was just telling the audience quickly. You live in Thailand,
Bangkok, yeah.
Bangkok
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
And your wife is from Singapore,
Yes.
right? I think.
Yes.
And you're originally from.
I'm Indonesian. Indonesian, yeah.
Indonesia.
I grew up in Jakarta, but I think in the
Jakarta,
past 10 years I spent most of my time in Singapore and Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very warm climate.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the winter here?
Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is
I
a
mean,
great
Hokkaido is super
escape,
cold, right?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You got this house recently. Could I have a tour of your house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a compact one, but I think it's quite nice.
Yeah.
This is the first room,
Yeah.
and kitchen is right next door.
Okay.
Need a bit of renovation, but I think the bones are good.
Right. So you're about to have renovations now,
Yes,
right? Yeah. So
yes.
you bought this recently. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. You know,
Yeah.
With the renovations, it's gonna look
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Bathroom is here.
Yeah. Okay. Bathroom. Okay. And then toilet.
Toilet.
Cool. Nice. And then there's a second floor.
Yeah. Let's go up to the second floor. My family is upstairs, but
Okay.
it's fine. Let's go up.
The infamous steep stairs in Japanese houses.
So there's the first room on the second floor.
Okay. Nice. Wonderful. Okay. Another tatami room. Okay. Nice and cozy. There's a air conditioning unit. And then is there a balcony? I'm
I think
guessing?
there is a small balcony here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that. A nice view. The neighbor has like a garden.
Yeah, nice garden there.
So yeah, nothing is really blocking your view. This is nice.
And there is the second room here, where my family is here. It's okay.
Oh, hello. How are you all doing?
Good.
Okay. Oh, so your daughter is a baby. Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Almost 5 months.
5 months.
She'll be 5 months in a week.
Oh, so cute.
Her first long-ish trip.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. How did she do?
It's been good. She's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to open this, but yeah, this connects to the balcony as well.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. This is nice. Large enough to set up like a table and
Yeah.
chairs
Yeah.
for
Have coffee in the morning.
coffee. Yeah. Maybe not this time of the year, but.
All right, that's it, I think.
All right, Fajar, you got a beautiful house, and still before the renovation, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about
Sure,
this property?
yeah.
So we're in Kawagoe, but what part of Kawagoe are we right now?
We are about 20 minutes walk from Minami Furuya Station,
Okay.
which is only one stop away from the Kawagoe main station. Actually, I took that last night going going back to the hotel.
Okay. So Kawagoe, Saitama. Some people know it's a tourist destination.
Yeah.
It's very popular. But for those who don't know where Kawagoe, what part of Saitama we're in, could you explain like how close we are to a part of Tokyo?
We took the train yesterday actually from Haneda to here. But if I time it from, let's say like Shinjuku all the way up here, maybe about 80 to 90 minutes door to door.
Okay.
By train.
Yeah. Okay, that's really not that bad.
Yeah.
I actually took the train today.
Yeah.
From Yokohama, it was just the one line, and I didn't have to. And I came from Motomachi Chugagai, which is the very end of the line, so you basically are guaranteed a seating. So I just sat the whole time, which was pretty nice, and it was a limited express, so it was pretty quick.
Okay, and that was to Shingashi Station as well.
Yeah, that's where it came. And then I think from like Ikebukuro, which is northern part of central Tokyo, it's like 30 minutes maybe. Like,
Okay, I didn't realize
super
close that was.
Yeah, so it was very nice. What year was this house built? Do you know?
I think 1983, like around there. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like 40, like a little over 40 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you remember how spacious this is, like a square meters wise?
50, I think around 50, 51, I think.
The structure.
For the usable space.
Yeah.
For the structure, 51, over 2 floors.
Yeah.
And land, I think, is 63 meters square.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got some nice space. Probably not enough for a car, but you can
almost. When I look at the garage, like
super small car.
Yeah.
Or bike, definitely bikes. And,
definitely bikes.
Space for other things.
Yeah.
And nice backyard. Okay, so what did you pay for this?
In total, including renovations, is 6.2. The cost to acquire the house itself is 4 million yen.
Yeah.
Right? We were just talking about it earlier that when I look at the breakdown, it was quite interesting to see that actually it's 2 million yen for the house and another 2 million actually for the companies to help with the paperwork, to get this transferred actually.
Yeah.
And then plus another 2.2 for everything else, renovations, closing fees, and all that.
I mean, even like 4 million, that's like in USD. It's like less than 30,000, right? Like 27 or something.
Yeah.
20, yeah. And then even with the renovations, because it was kind of like a whole package, right? Did you say 6.2?
2? Yeah.
Okay, so that's 40,000 USD or something like that to get it rented out. And you have full ownership. It's not like a leased land or anything like that, right? And what kind of rent are you expecting? Because you're going to rent it out, right? After that? Yeah.
Yes. I'm thinking like 50 to 60,000 yen a month, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so say like it's somewhere in between like 55 or something like that.
Yeah.
Still, I think that's close to like almost like 10% gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is that compared to like what you might see like investments in Bangkok or Singapore?
Oh, it's quite difficult to compare actually. I mean, with that amount of money, I mean, we don't even have to talk about Singapore, right? It is really, really expensive.
Right.
Even in Bangkok, I don't think you can get much from that amount. And also, I think looking at the yield, I don't think you can get a yield that high there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other property, which I recently went to visit as well in Totsuka. So you bought this house and the Totsuka house basically at the same time.
Yes.
2 houses.
Yes. Didn't plan to actually, but because of the good options that you provided, actually, I was intending to buy one, which was that one. But then you sent this as an option, and that's why I thought, okay, you know what? Like let's get both.
So tell me a little bit about that house, the other one.
It's actually quite similar to this one in terms of the specifications, right? It's also 3DK. The size is quite similar, I think. Approximately about 50 square meter for the building, and about 70. So I think the land is a bit bigger there, about 70 square meter. But everything else, at least it looks the same. I haven't actually gone there yet. I'm gonna go there in 2 days.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think you're gonna really like it. The neighborhood is very nice. Like some surrounding houses look very, very nice. Yeah. And your house is quite nice too.
Yeah.
But that one, the renovation is wrapping up. So that's gonna be very exciting to see. If you don't mind, could you share a little bit about like what you paid and also what you're expecting for the monthly rent?
I don't exactly remember the exact numbers, but I think it was around 8, maybe 8 point something to acquire the house, million yen. And then renovation, I think it costed like a little over 2 million yen. So in total, I don't know, like 10.2.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
Right.
Million yen. Yeah.
So 10.2, like 10 million is about less than 70,000. 67, 68 today.
Yeah.
For a renovated house in Yokohama, Totsuka. which is nice. And for that size and in that neighborhood, yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal as well. Yeah. And do you remember what you're expecting for the rent around there?
90 to 100,
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. And again, that's over 10%.
Yeah.
Gross yield. Awesome. Thanks for that.
No, thanks for your help, actually. I think without you, this wouldn't have been possible at all. So thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. All right. Well, Fajar, thanks for the walkthrough and sharing the numbers about this house and the other house that you purchased. And now I wanted to ask you some questions about kind of like a bigger picture of the why and a little bit of background of you, because I think the audience is wondering like, okay, what does that guy do like in Bangkok, and like how is he doing this? And so would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
I'm from Indonesia, so I grew up in Jakarta, but I traveled around a little bit, went to Malaysia for a bit. But in the past 10-15 years, I've been living mainly in Singapore and Thailand. I've lived in Thailand twice before. I worked for advertising agencies. 5 years ago, early 2020, I went to Bangkok to start my own company there, actually, with a partner and with my wife as well, actually. So I work with my wife.
Okay. How's that?
As well. It's been challenging at the beginning, but I think now it's fine.
Yeah. There's another client of mine who's working as, a couple. And he said it's like the best thing. Like it was hard in the beginning, but it's oh, you got to do it. So
I think just got to find the way of working, I think. I'm the creative guy in the company, and she was the business, like person.
Okay. What kind of company is it?
Ad agency as well.
Ad agency.
So I've been just working as an ad man, I think, forever since the beginning.
Japan, the commonality that we have with people who purchase real estate in Japan is they love Japan.
Yes.
But I'm guessing that's true.
That's given.
But what else? Like, why Japan and why now?
I mean, in general, I love investing. I love properties as well. I think there is a certain romance, I think, in owning properties in general. Maybe it is not as simple as other investments, but I think it is quite nice to have properties. And yes, I love Japan as well, right? And when I saw your videos, I ran the numbers as well, and the question became like, why not? Because numbers kind of work. The yield is good, right? Especially if we are targeting this kind of houses like Akiyas, right? I think moving here in the future, living here is always on the card, and that is something that we've been talking about. We don't know yet when, right? But I think trying to get deeper into this country by getting property makes sense to us, and hopefully by doing that we can learn more about living here. Although we don't live here yet, but hopefully we can learn more. And
then do you own real estate in like Thailand or Singapore too?
In a few other countries, yes.
What does your portfolio look like outside of Japan right now?
Not that many. I have one in Jakarta, actually, that is almost built. We have one that we live in Bangkok, and we also have another one in Bangkok that we rent out.
Nice. And they're houses, like single family?
No, everything like aside from the Japan properties, they're all condominiums.
Actually. Oh, condos. Nice. Yeah. How's that going for you?
It's okay. Especially the one in Bangkok. The yield is considered good for Bangkok, right? But if these two properties in Japan work out well, that yield is nowhere near like what we are trying to achieve here as well, actually.
That's wonderful. So you've purchased real estate in different markets, and you recently went through the process of buying two properties here, but how would you compare that process, your experience between Japan and the other
That's
countries,
a very good question, actually. I think most probably the experience of the locals here buying property in Japan is very different from my own experience, right? Because I'm buying it almost remotely, right? So when I bought my properties in Bangkok, for example, like I would visit the property like 3 times, 4 times, try to do the floor plan the renovations, and check whether everything is going to work out from numbers point of view. So I did all those things, right? But here, I think it is based on trust mainly, right? Like I think we got to trust whoever we work with. Of course, in this case, it's you. And essentially, when I bought the first one, which is the Tatsuka-ku property, essentially it's based on some photos and some notes, right? Like, okay, this looks good. Like Shu, like would you get this one? I said, yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. So I think the process is very different for me, simply because I was buying it remotely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the Totsuka one, in a couple of days. But for this one, what do you think? Like now that you've actually visited here, seen it, like it actually exists. Like what do you think? Is this as good as you thought, or like you're expecting, meeting your expectations?
Yes, I think it's almost exactly how I would imagine it actually.
Nice.
So I saw the photos, I saw the documents as well, translated everything. Of course, I did the Google Street, like walkthrough as well around the neighborhood. And last night I came here as well. Actually, I walked from the hotel to here just to, I was just trying to see like how life would be for the tenant.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna rent this out as well, right? So when I came in, I was like, wow, this is almost exactly like how I imagine it when I saw the photos. Yeah. So it's great. Yeah.
Oh,
really excited to see how it'll become after renovation.
Yeah, it's a nice and cozy house. I like it.
Yeah.
Very quiet neighborhood.
Yeah.
Obviously, like pretty lively. There are some nice houses around. This part of Kawagoe, or just this part of Saitama in general, is being developed.
Yeah.
I mean, the station looked almost brand new.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's tons of amenities, and so I think the future is pretty bright. This area, people are moving in to this part of Saitama from all over the country.
Population is growing as well, actually. I think
exactly.
At least based on the research that I did for both properties, like at least in this area and even in Yokohama, the population is still growing.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
Yeah.
For investment.
And like a lot of people say like, well, don't invest. I was one of them, like, don't invest in Japan because the population is rapidly decreasing.
Yes.
Which is true as a whole, but you gotta look at like a very specific areas because Greater Tokyo is just crazy. Like it keeps attracting people from all over the country, all over the world. So the population keeps increasing. Greater Tokyo, because of that, obviously, that's why I like this area just surrounding Tokyo. But I think you can say that with other like bigger cities as well, like Kansai, Osaka, Kyoto is very popular. Sapporo is very popular as well. So now that you have two, what's next for you? More?
I thought about this. I was thinking because there are a lot of things in our mind, right? Like, hey, should we get a vacation house? Like, should we get a house for ourselves as well? Which is something that we are thinking about now. We just don't know where. Like we haven't seen enough of all the neighborhoods to decide. Okay, maybe we want to stay here. I think that's the reason as well, actually, that whenever we come to Japan, we try to explore new places. Now we are staying in Kawagoe, and tomorrow we are moving to Kamakura. We're gonna stay there for a couple of days.
Nice.
But that is one. I think we are thinking like, do we want to move here eventually, or at least have a vacation house in Japan as well? But on the investment side, if the two properties work out, then maybe build a portfolio. I think that is on the card as well.
So you've gone through this process once with two properties.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice that you would tell others who want to do what you did or what you're doing now?
I think knowing what you want, running numbers, doing your research, I think those things are given in whichever investment you want to do. But I think from this one, what I learned the most is, again, like the trust that I mentioned, right? Like trust the process, right? Like I didn't imagine buying properties based on photos, without going to the place, without a walkthrough, for example, right? But I think the trust that you have for the people that you work with, I think that's very, very important. And also the openness to new things, like new ways of communications, new ways of doing things, right? Trust the person that you work with, in this case, you, and just enjoy the process, I think.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely felt it. Like you've done your research, you're very communicative, but also like I felt the trust, and I really appreciate you for extending that trust from the get-go, and that allowed us to do the work. And this is only the beginning. Like we're gonna get this renovated and rented out. That's the end goal, like placing a quality tenant, right? So then it's more about how do we maintain this? You know? But we'll get there, and hopefully there's going to be more. And
yes,
we'll help
definitely.
you
I think
build your portfolio.
Thank you for everything as well. So,
of course.
I'm sure you get my messages like, sure, like, is this normal? That's my question always, right? Like, hey, like, we can do this. Like, is it normal? And you said, yeah. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. So thank you.
Absolutely. You heard it from Fajar. So if you want to do what Fajar did, investing in rental properties in Japan, Greater Tokyo specifically, you can hit the link below and apply for our program. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And thank you again. And congrats.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Buying 2 properties in Japan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looking forward to continuing to work together.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.